give me the countdown when you're recording.
Oh, I already started.
Hey there, how's everyone doing today? All right, so I went fishing yesterday. I caught a few perch. Now some of you have been asking me, how do we clean them? So, I did some small ones here, as you can see. Look like a little bow tie. I'll clean them later. What you gotta do eventually is you gotta get the rib cage. But let's just go right back to doing the fish from the start. All right, you got your handy dandy filleting knife. You got your beautiful little jumbo perch. And you go right behind the fin here. And you cut in right behind the gills. And sometimes we do this with an electric knife. Makes it a lot easier, especially when you got a whack of them, right? So you go down in, just try and get it through that tough part. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold the blade over towards the tail. All right, so just in, so you'll see a little bit of the gap happening, and you just start to slice, and then it's gonna go, and then what you're gonna do is go right along the spine. You're gonna feel a lot of weird gurgling and hear some noises and crackling pop, but that's part of just going right along the line of the spine. Now, as you can see here this is an unfortunate spot. I don't like to do this. Nobody likes to take females row in the lake, so moving from further on in, I got all female here, so that's the female row. Not a good thing. But as you can see, this came out nice. I'm gonna do it in reverse. Right behind the fin. Try and get as much meat as you can. In. It's tough. Probably someone out there in YouTube land is gonna make fun of me for that. But yeah, just upstroke there, not to get yourself. And then once again, we go across. And generically what'll happen down the rib cage, it'll fall itself. And you just go along the spine. You can see where my thumb is on the blade. It still leaves that little bit of stomach left over. It goes right along to the end of the tail. Pinch it off. And there you have two fillets. Now, if you want to see what you did, if you did it right, and it looks like I kind of did here, you do that little cut off, because now you can see it. And that's how much is wasted. Not a lot, but to some people, the fine connoisseur, that could be a lot. All right, I'm gonna show you how to get the ribs. So there you go, there's the rest of the fish, and that's it. Now, if you're gonna bag them, how are we doing?
Good.
If we're gonna bag them, what you need to do is, and freeze them that is, you need to leave at least 1 inch of the skin. But these are gonna go in the frying pan. So we're not gonna leave the skin, we're gonna take them off. So basically how you do that, really simple. That's why I like it to leave the bow tie, because you have something to hold on to. We used to get a beer cap. Me and my cousins used to do this, and we would just sit there in the basement the whole time and just cut them, okay? So the first thing, and you had assembly line. So this is where the beer cap or fork comes in. You go alongside this rib cage, because this is what you don't want in your meat, and you just cut that out. And it just follows fine. Same goes here. You can feel the rib cage, just go under it, and good to go. And then you get the fillets, or the fillets, whatever you call, you just drag it along. See, these are small guys, so they're not gonna have as much as their big predecessors. I didn't butcher it, it's just there's not much there. That's why you want the bigger jumbos, excluding the females. And the last but least, scale down this guy, make sure not to cut myself, and that'll just slide right off. And that'll go in the sink to rinse. Feel for bones, there might be a little bit. And that's how you do it. I'm gonna finish this guy and then finish these guys, but that's how basically it's done, all right?
So there you have it, Cam. That's the plate there. That's probably enough to feed 2 people. With some French fries, but yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I mean, don't get wrong, sometimes some of them, they don't come out perfectly right. I'm surprised actually the bigger ones didn't come out as good as I thought, but it all works out in the end. All right, take care, buddy. So it's just a morning edition, Cam. We've got the tater tots ready to go, oven's going, pan with the oil, and my little tender morsels. So it's going to be a brunch, fishy kind of breakfast. Oh yeah, and the main ingredient, and that's the ingredient,
Just simple as this. Just like that. And you're set. Nothing magical. You don't want the big poofy kind of covering on it because it just gets too nasty and oil and blah blah blah. But this is simple. You could even do this right in the oven and bake it. I prefer to do it in the pan. All right. So as you can see, all the elements have been now put into the pan, and we'll let this sizzle for a bit, and I'll flip them over and see. So as you can see, they're a nice golden brown. I'm gonna just let them sit for maybe 2 more minutes and get the underside while these guys warm up. As you can see, everything's a lovely shade of gold. And just remember our little furry friends. So sometimes they cut little scraps like that just for the dog. Some of you guys might throw that stuff away, but why not? He deserves a little chance after all. If you see the video I shot before. Can we eat it? Now you know why. And last but least, here we go. Yeah, not the most colorful of the rainbow. Pretty much all the same shade, but that's okay. My belly won't be able to tell.